Welcome to Nerd Index. Today we're going to go over our final review for Nina the Starry Bride. I hate to be that person, but I enjoyed the manga more than the anime, though it's a little difficult to put my finger on exactly why. But sometimes the anime would just feel like the pacing was strange or like things were a little forced.
I feel like the show reminded me a lot of Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts in kind of the theme of main character getting swept away into a foreign land, basically.
Yeah, like going from poverty to being part of like the royal, not family, but basically. Nina is the kind of innocent, upbeat heroine whose desire to help people dictates her every action. And her frequent outfit changes and hairstyle changes are a fun part of the show and can help distract you from the fact that all of the backgrounds and environments are rendered in a very bland or basic way. This is another love triangle romance. Ultimately, I'm on Team Azure because it feels like we know he cares about her for her and not with strings attached. And his emotional baggage is also fairly uncomplicated in comparison to Set, which makes him seem like a better choice. Set's fairly irredeemable to me, and so he's never mentally been in the love triangle from my perspective. Like, I understand that he had an incredibly abusive childhood and doesn't really understand how to live a normal life, but it goes beyond being an anti-hero and he just ends up being cruel and dangerous. But it's easy to forget his actions in the past and get swept up into his growing love for Nina, and we have spent so much more time with him in comparison to the time we spent with Azure that it feels as if we're getting Stockholm Syndrome right along with her.
I think I liked Set a little bit better, but that's probably just because we actually get to know him and spend time with him a little bit more and get to see him actually start to care for her.
Like, he has actual character development versus Azure kind of feels like he's the same person the whole story. I definitely felt like I finally got swept up into the actual story itself the most once we got to the capital city, but just as that action is ramping up and we're learning so many intriguing details about the story, the season left us completely in the middle of a major story arc, and the final episode literally felt as if they expected to be able to air another episode a week later, but it doesn't even feel like a season completion or anything. At the time of recording, we don't even have confirmation for a season 2, so it's just like we're all left here to go buy the manga, I guess. So overall, I'm going to say the manga is better. The anime is a 7 out of 10.